Good morning. I bet you're looking for something to do at home, something creative, something that is relaxing. And this is what I do when I have some time. Cards are very expensive, so are calendars, and the cardstock they're made of are perfect for creating these little boxes that you can see here. Depending on the size of the cardstock, it's the size of the box. There's many things you can use it for. You can put gifts in the bigger ones. You can have candy, you can have specialty teas, you can have coins, you can have jewelry, lots of stuff. You can even make Christmas decorations out of them and hang them from the tree. They look nice also in a big basket with colored Christmas balls. Just an assortment on your table. Looks nice. Anyway, what you need is basically cardstock. Now, I'm fortunate because I get a lot of catalogs, so I can use the covers. You need the back and the front. And what you do is you measure the width, the widest, narrowest part. And right here we have 8 1/4 inches. So now you have to make it square. So I kind of like that. So if 8 1/4 inches, put your 4 in the middle. Mark off 8 1/4 inches. Draw your lines. This is probably the most important part of this craft, is that this is square. If it's not, you won't get a box out of it. Now you cut them both right through on the lines you've just drawn. Then you have a garbage bag where you put the garbage. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of little pieces of cardboard on your floor. There. Now you have 2 square pieces. The only things you need for this craft are a ruler, a pen, a pair of scissors, and some Scotch tape. So this is going to be your top of your box. So we'll put that there. This is going to be the bottom, and the bottom has to be a tiny bit smaller so that it fits up inside the top. And the way you do that is you take a 1/4 inch off this side, any side of the bottom. Draw yourself a nice straight line. And then you take a 1/4 inch this way. You don't take it here and here, or here and here. It has to be an L shape that you're cutting off. Otherwise, it won't fold, and it definitely won't go up inside your top. Once you've got that done, you cut those off. Now, it is once more square, but it is a little smaller than the top, as you can see here, and that means it'll fit up inside. Now, once you've got the cutting done, this is going to be, it depends. You can pick whichever side you want for the bottom of your box. Say you want it plain. So, now you make an X right across, like this. This will be inside of the bottom of your box. This one, the same. Decide which part you like. I just happen to like this side, so I'm going to put my X on this side. Okay, now comes the fun part. This is the folding. And you're going to do exactly the same thing for both pieces. You're going to take the points and fold them in. Use a little pressure like that to keep them down. Fold all 4 in. Now you open them out, and you take each side one at a time, and you fold it to the flat line like this. Open it out, spin it around, and do the same with each of the points. It's good to have a little pressure just so your box will be nice and flat too. Now you get to this last point right here. Generally at this point, I do the same thing with this one. So they're both in the same state when I go to the next step. So fold all your points in. And you can see why it's so important to make sure that you cut everything square so that everything fits nice. Open it out and do it into the line and point at a time. Last one. Okay, so now you have them both done the same. Now this is the cutting, and the cutting's important, so make sure you do it right, because if you do it wrong, you just throw this right in the garbage and start again. And what you do, you can see here, this line, and if it makes it easier for you to draw it, you put an X there. You can use your ruler if you want. You can freehand it if you're good. You draw a line like that, and a line like this. And the way you figure out where those lines are, they have to be exactly opposite each other, not side by side, exactly opposite. You're going to do the same thing here. You can put your X right there and come to that corner and there. And the way you find that is, if you're looking at this, that's the bottom of your box, right there. So now you've got these lines, and you cut from here just into your X on both sides. And remember, it has to be across from each other, not beside each other. Now, you're going to do exactly the same thing with this. Make your X. Draw your lines, if that makes it easier. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you won't have to draw the lines. You'll be able to see the lines and be able to cut on them. But for now, let's draw it so that we see it. Again, you cut directly into the X. If it goes a little bit past the X, it's not the end of the world, but the closer you can get to stopping on the X is good. Okay, so now again, we have both pieces at the same point. Now, this is the fun part. If you take this and you fold it like that, then you take those pieces that you cut in and you fold them down. Now you don't fold this way. You fold it directly down, and you do the same with the bottom ones and fold them directly up. And you'll know you've done it right when you get a cross out of it. Okay? Now the box pretty much puts itself together because you go like this, fold that down, you go like that, and fold that down. There's the top of your box. Now, if you want to, I don't always, if you want to, you can take those two pieces that you folded down, put a little bit of Scotch tape, just roll it, put it there, and do this. That box will not come apart. And if you've done it right, it shouldn't anyway. But there's your top. And I got what I wanted on the top. So we're going to do the same thing with this again. Fold it in. Fold those pieces right down as far as they'll go. Those pieces right up as far as they'll go. Form your cross. Like that. Fold it over. Fold it over. And as you see, it does stay. But if you feel you want to tape it, go ahead. And then it fits right inside the top. This way. And it fits snugly because you do not want to pick a box up that's full of jewelry or whatever you're giving away or whatever you're storing and having it end up on the floor. So therefore, it's like that. Now, also, if you decide to have that blank, you can write on it, you can put stickers on it, you can draw art on it, you can do anything you like. You can personalize it for whoever you're giving it to. Now that is done with a catalog. They can also be done with cards. Exactly the same thing. If you look at that as being a catalog cover like I just had, you cut that in half, you do the whole thing all over again. And you can even do it with smaller. That's how you end up with little boxes like these. So the better you get, it's better to start with big till you get the hang of the folding. Anyway, I think you'll have a lot of fun with it, and I can tell you right now that kids love doing it. I've taught this at schools, I've taught this at the library, I've taught this at church camp for years, and it was one of the few things that the boys actually like to do in art class. So good luck, have fun, and enjoy. Merry Christmas.